but also for those who believe in me through their word, that they may be all one, even as you, God, are in me, and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. The glory which you have given me, I have given to them, that they may be one, even as we are one, I in them, and you in me, that they may become perfectly one, so that the world may know that you love, that you have sent me, and have loved them, even as you have loved me. Praise be to Christ. Well, I'm Grandpa. This is Michael's Grandpa. And what a great joy it is for Daisy and for me and for mpmternst to welcome a new granddaughter into our family today. And I know that Mary's grandmother would want to be here today, and she's here in spirit, certainly, thinking of us way off in Sheboygan. This is a great and a joyous occasion. There's one word that runs like a thread of gold through all the texts which have been read today, and that word is love. The young lover in the Song of Songs, love is strong. It flashes like flames of fire. Many lovers cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. And Paul, writing to the church in Colossae, above all things, that is compassion, kindness, lowliness, meekness, and patience, put on love, which binds everything together in a perfect harmony. And Jesus, as he prayed with his disciples, I pray that they may become perfectly one, so that the world may know that thou hast sent me, and hast loved them as thou hast loved me. Like a golden thread it runs, love. Now love can mean many things. When Doc was to go to a pizza house one day, one of our grandsons shouted, "I love pizza!" One day I was in the shopping mall and the lady had a little Pekingese dog. And she said as she kissed it, "Don't you just love Phoebe?" Well, I'm not sure that I love Phoebe that much. We talk about loving music, we talk about loving our country. We use love in so many, many ways. Today we're going to look at it in a very special way. We want to understand it as God is love. How does God love? Well, God's love is spontaneous. It's like a spring gushing from the heart of a mountain to go down and water the dry and thirsty land beneath. God's love is the very center of his being, for God is love. God's love goes out to all, regardless of human merit. Jesus put it in the most radical form. He said, "Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. For God makes the sun to shine upon the evil and upon the good, and sends rain upon the just and upon the unjust." We see it so staggeringly clear in Jesus' conflict with the scribes and the Pharisees, these religious people. You remember they thought that because they were so good and kept every jot and tittle of the law, that somehow, someway, they had a special place in God's sunshine. But not so for Jesus. Jesus' love went out to them, yes. But Jesus' love went out to tax collectors and prostitutes and the poor and the hungry and the sick and the feeble. God's love goes out to all. And God's love is creative. Because of love, God sent the world in the swirling spaces. God loved and brought into being mankind. And when mankind broke that relationship with God and with always the way for union between God and humankind, between one person and another. What then does this love of God say to us, and especially to Michael and Mary, on this particular day when we celebrate their wedding? It says to us that our love must be spontaneous and free-flowing. It's through love that we give ourselves. Love is no ego trip in which we're trying to get something for ourselves. Love is that which goes out and gives the self. Our love also must go out to those around us, regardless of who they are or what they are. The apostle calls us to be tolerant with one another and forgive one another, just as the Lord has forgiven you. And Jesus illustrated this so magnificently in his parable of the loving father. You remember the father had two sons. One went out and riotous living, squandered all the family fortune, and then he came back broken and beaten, and the father received him with open arms. And he gave him a feast, and he put rings on his fingers, and clothes on his feet, and shoes, clothes on his back, and shoes on his feet. And he said, "My son who was lost is now found." The other brother came and said, "Dad, you never gave me a feast to which I could invite my friends." And the father turned and said, "All that I have, everything, is yours." God loves equally, and our love must be like that.